Welcome to the Authorpreneur Network podcast. Today, I'm super excited to have one of our best-selling authors and a dear friend of mine, Dr. Allie Griffith, with us today. So let me give you a quick bio, the formal background, and then we're going to get into some chit-chat, okay? So Dr. Allie Griffith is a published best-selling author, transformational speaker, and a startup business coach for women. She has dedicated her career to helping women to start profitable businesses and create wealth. Her proven path to profitability, laser clarity, systems, and sales takes a business owner from brand new to badass. With an incomparable blend of business strategy and personal development, there is a depth to her coaching that is unmatched. An audiologist and speech pathologist by profession, Dr. Allie is trained to hear people so she can feel them. She supports women in getting to the heart of what they really should be doing in the world and how to get there, whether they are wives, mothers, or career professionals. So welcome. I'm so glad to have you with us here, Dr. Allie.
I met you, Kathy. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, everyone.
Yay. So let's dive right in and talk about your most recent book. Tell us a bit about your book and what you've been doing with it.
Well, our most recent book, and first of all, I want to thank you for actually being an author to be able to share this, because if it wasn't for the first one, then there wouldn't have been the next one, and now the most recent one. So I always want to give credit to where the start and the origin has started from. Our most recent one actually was an anthology. It's called Launch the Legacy. It's 11 of my clients, my executive clients, that we got together and they began to share their story of how they overcame different types of challenges to actually get to the point to launch their businesses and really truly create legacy. Whether it was a mom who had a special needs child similar to myself, or a career developing parent, um, or if you have someone who's stationed away in in a foreign country that we can't even list, but still wants to develop their business. So it's all different types of challenges that they went through to still be able to move forward, and they're at their own pace on their own time. And that's what Launch a Legacy is all about.
I do love an anthology. I've done a couple of them myself because I love the short stories. I love because you find yourself in story, right? So
Mhm.
one of those pages in the book is going to be about me, for
Mhm.
me, from her. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be some relatability. There's often relatability in multiple stories, but there's always that one that sticks with you, you know? So I love an anthology. I'm so excited that you're doing that with your tribe. And yes, I love that because you did your own book, your first book, and then you're able to do more and be able to help others author books as well and be able to create the anthology. So that's really beautiful. That's a great legacy.
Thank you. Yes, I believe, like you, everyone should be a bestseller.
Right. Without a doubt. So let me take you back to holy cow. 2016. Can you believe it? First
Wow.
book, 2016. We met spring 2016, and then your book was published fall 2016. Seems like yesterday and forever ago, all at the same time. So tell me about some of the results that you've had since publishing your first best-selling book.
So I remember sitting in the room and speaking to you and seeing you and hearing how you helped so many with their books, and whispering to you that I'm going to work with you soon. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I know, there's something inside of me and I'm going to do it with you. 2016 was so crazy because it began my journey of truly doing the personal development work to then share my real life out in full force on paper for others to see. So being able to talk about autism, being able to share about being an autism mom, how I navigated the process, and how I'm actually surviving, thriving, and developing businesses while still being an autism mom. I hit it a lot. So being able to share my story, being vulnerable, and then watching so many people, so many women, not only women, men, people who read the book and were just so stirred, their lives were transformed, which then led to me traveling all over the world, speaking on stages, which then led to a digital program. It led to me being a TEDx speaker. It led to me on Good Morning America. It led to me on the Drew Barrymore Show, like just literally developing me as a person because of this courage that I gained from sharing the story. I went from having a business idea to now sharing my life, and my life now turning into a business that also led from I always say, from a 1497 book to a six-figure business, multiple six-figure business from a 1497 book.
Oh, I love it.
And it goes on because up to the
Yes,
day now being able to help others, and now the
yes.
retreats, it's just amazing how it's
And that's
unfolded.
all I ever dreamed of for you, and more is coming. And I knew it. I knew it when we were talking that day. So there was another point in that same event where you were helping setting something up outside. You were coming and going from outside. I remember this beautiful setting, the palm trees and everything. It was just a beautiful day. And we were having the conversation about what would you write about? And you were contemplating a couple different topics. And I love that you chose ultimately Amazing Gift and to talk about your story being a mom with a son that has autism and how you have to navigate that and the communication, because your communication is so beautiful. Like, I think we all know that that's kind of key to who you are and what you do is the beauty of communication. And the fact that you were able to share that as your first book, and I didn't realize you just said that like you hit it. I didn't realize that because it seemed from an outside perspective that it came so easy. That the story and everything in your book, it came so easy because then you went immediately from publishing the book. Within less than 30 days, you had your first TV interview on TBN. It was that hour-long interview. I'll never forget, the guy had your book in his hand the whole time. And
I forgot about TBN.
and it was so good. It was so good because you were already like you had so many things in motion already, and you were working with Susie Carter and Lisa and all that stuff, and the book was uh like just this moment where everything just all kind of came together. I saw you go from book to interview to you just started rocketing. It was just so good.
And the fact that it started from my real life, right?
Mm,
It wasn't fake. It wasn't
right.
something I had to make up. It was literally sharing the process and really getting the stories out from inside of me. And then how do I help people? And I remember the process that we did. And I was like, wow, this isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I think I had the concept in my head that, as we all do, that writing this book is this, oh my God, this pinnacle that we can't seem to get over. But it came, and the help helped, right? Not having to do it by myself and knowing that there was a process to it. And then once the book was released, so this is a lot for authors to understand, is that it's not just having the book, right? Because a lot of us, we go through that that hill that's to try
Yes.
and get the book. So we have the book. Now,
Yes.
how do you turn this book into this empire? How do you turn this place of you into all the things that have happened since 2016 and continues to happen? And it's really, I remember learning that this is now your business card, right? That this is not, you're not going to become a millionaire from the books itself, but it's now, what do you do, and the multiple streams of revenue that you could do with the access of telling your story, of using this expertise space of sharing your business card, and having it out there. And I took that and I ran every opportunity that showed up. I was like, yes, I'm here. And yeah.
Yes, you did. Absolutely. All the way to uh Drew Barrymore Show, like
Mhm.
and beyond. And now you're doing retreats. Like you are hosting retreats. You purchased a beautiful home to do retreats, and you're teaching people how to do retreats, and you're teaching authors how to turn their books into retreats. Tell us about all of that, because that sounds so amazing. 'Cause I could use a retreat right about now.
Doors are always open. And as always, I want to give credit to Lisa Nichols for supporting her in her retreats and learning the behind the scene of how to develop a retreat and to have it be authentic to who you are and still create a transformational process, right? So I started by my own journey. So my first retreat was really for autism moms, right? So now I have the book. And now I'm sharing the book and I'm sharing the strategies, and I developed a community. And like you, they all needed a break. And we use this as a transformational process to developing it to business women who wanted time to take breaks. So they would use the retreat space just to have a break. So I was like, wait a minute, we can make this into a business retreat on the beach. So first it would be content and marketing and sales and all the highlights of their business. Now in their business, of course, I'm showing them my model. So we need to have that expensive business card. We need to make sure that we have something tangible that can be in a room when we're not there. Right. So we're developing their book. We're helping them to have their bestseller. And now the people who need their books, how can we support them in this retreat space? So now you have the readers of the book and the community that's being built from the book that's being invited to do it in person, away, to relax and go through the chapters, to develop the chapters. So whether it's a retreat for authors to actually create their book, that's one space. And or if you have your book already and you want to now turn this into a real life, either teaching space, transformational space, and you're walking them through this book and this experience, so they not only are reading it, they're internalizing it, they're feeling it, they're doing the deep dive work that's inside of it. So when they leave, your book now has eyes and ears and arms. It's become a life. So I think it's just amazing how retreats and intimate experiences can now take something that's super simple or feels simple and turn it into life.
I love it because I talk about 7 ways to make money with your book, and a retreat has not been one of those. So I think I need to talk about there's 8 ways to make money with your book.
Shout out
And
to
if you
Dr.
want to learn how to
Allen.
do a retreat from your book, based on your book, with your ideal readers and your ideal clients, talk to Dr. Allie.
Absolutely.
She's,
It's a
I'm all
way,
about
it's a
the formula,
method.
and you obviously have one. Like, I know that you actually support your people in having retreats, that you like you've told me before, but just tell our audience again, because I know if I say it, I'm going to miss something. But
That's
you told
okay.
me how you support your people, and this just blows my mind because I'm like, I need that. I've always wanted to do a retreat, and the whole thought of actually putting it all together myself, like it's not my area of expertise. Making bestsellers is my area of
Yep.
expertise, hands down, without a doubt. Putting together a retreat sounds like a lot of extra work. I would like to just have it be. So tell me what you're doing for your people, because that really gets exciting for me.
And I always like to say I'm not an event planner. Retreats are not just an event. So it's
Mm,
not just having an event person that can have the space and feed people. It's so beyond that. And
mm,
that's why I always give credit to how I've learned retreats as a transformational space, as an experience that we create for those who come.
mm.
So being able, what I do with my clients like you, they stand in their expertise and I handle the back end for them. And that's because I've done it for mine. I've done it for my coaches. I've done it for leaders. I've done it where I can almost fall asleep. I have a system to the process, of course, because I'm a systems lady. So being able to have their vision, help them to execute their vision. And then because I'm also a sales genius, how they can maximize and profit through their experience. Because, oh, the best place to close a person is in person and in an intimate event into
Mm,
what's next for them.
right.
So it becomes even more profitable in that space. Transformation, profit, lives changed, communities built and strengthened. And all you have to do is show up in your genius, as we're accommodating not just the facility, that's the physical end, but we're accommodating the people in their transformation space so we can help navigate them into their next level. So we're almost like that sales team. We're almost like that event team. We're part of your life coaching team for when people just need the one-on-ones or the moments just to sit down. And it really requires a lot of trust. I really have to speak about that. And I thank my executive clients who have called me in, who've trusted me with their people.
Mm.
Because we're in a world where sometimes you bring people in and they're busy trying to steal your client
Yeah.
and do all the things you did. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Mm.
They're doing all the things behind your back, so you don't feel comfortable to do the things you're doing. And then you're watching this other person who's just smoozing and laughing, and you're like, oh my goodness, are they trying to move them into their program? None of my clients, and since the beginning of time, when I work with people, I am there as them, as an extension of them,
Mm.
right? A branded extension of them. So I am helping them to navigate the transformational space for their retreaters, and also to help them with whatever, helping them with what do they think is next. So after the book, after the retreat, what's next? How do we continue to help them in this process? Is it a digital program? Is it a one-on-one coaching? Is it another retreat to follow up? What are we going to create for this specific group based on their needs? Not anything that was created. It could be created before, but it may change inside of the retreat,
Mm. I
right?
love
Because
it. It's really about the experience that you're providing for the host and for the clients and sales, because we've got to have the sales, and really for their what's next, because why would you crack them wide open and leave them sitting there? You got to
we
have the
don't do
next.
that.
And integrity. I can't say it enough. Like, in this world of, we've got new coaches every day, which I love. I love that the industry is growing. I love that people are embracing coaching and self-development and all of this. But not everybody is a good person. Like, it's just like the rest of the world. So having people like you in integrity, I have a very select list of people I trust. You are one of those, of course.
Thank you.
And that's
Likewise.
important. And I'm sure you have a select list of people.
Mhm.
So for those of you out there who don't know who to trust, you can talk to me and Dr. Allie. We'll give you a list of some people, because that is really a big thing inside of our industry that's growing, is like, who can you trust, who's in integrity? And I love that you are a person of integrity and great sales. You really are. I've seen both. I've seen it. So let me wrap up by asking you, what would you share with a brand new author who may be struggling to write? And there's so many new methods we're using. Like, earlier, you talked about the method that we used and the formula that we use, and we're always developing stuff. I love that there's so much new development inside of this world for new authors. But what would you share with new authors? What advice would you give them?
I would say AI and all of the technology things are super helpful, but still connect and have the human component.
Yes.
Still get the person or the place or community, that you can get that hands-on touch, that real life eye, to make it truly impactful,
Mm.
right? So it's using the technology like we use every single day, like we're doing now, to get
Mhm.
your message across and to complete the process. And then using the human component to make sure it is identical to who you are, that is true of what you want to relate to others. So get both. It's okay to be hybrid.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Thank you so much. Great advice. And so, unfortunately, we only have limited time today. People need to get to know you better. Where can we stay in contact with you?
You can always stay in contact with me at Dr. Ali Griffith. I'm sure I have a gift that I'm giving out on my website. My team is always changing the gifts, but get on I'd say go to go to drallygriffith.com. And there's always some place that you can give your email so you can stay in touch with all of the updated retreats and experiences that we do have. I'm that person that you want in your corner, that you want to just keep in your corner. Besides motivational and transformational, I care. I truly care. So stay in touch and reach out, and feel free to join our community and get the help that you need.
Yes, I love it. And also, I know you're on Facebook and all the social medias, and I'm going to add a link to your website in the description of this to make sure that they can easily find you and not misspell it. Because is itAlly or Allie, or in this case,
ALI.
Ali? Yes, thank you so much for being here today. Guys, stay connected to Dr. Allie because she's somebody you really do want to have in your corner. Thanks so much, Dr. Allie.
Thank you, Kathy. Love you.
Oh, love you.